The Riley County Commission is working to prepare a new fireworks resolution to replace its long-existing regulations after a change in state law earlier this year. Deputy County Councilor Bryant Parker suggested on Monday an update to allow the sale of fireworks from June 28th to midnight on July 5th, and also increasing the permit fee from $25 to $100. Year-round sale of fireworks in Riley County would still be barred. Emergency Management Director Russell Stuckey.
Like you said, for the sales, I would recommend just matching the state fire marshal's office regulations, and that way there isn't any discrepancy. Yeah. Two sets of rules to follow.
Senate Bill 199 allows for the year-round sale of fireworks for permanent retailers and extends the sale of fireworks for seasonal retailers from June 20th to July 7th. Counties would retain regulatory authority when fireworks are sold and discharged. Commissioners will be presented a new resolution at a future meeting. The FBI is cracking down on child sexual abuse. Deputy Assistant Director Darren Cox.
The FBI takes child sexual abuse allegations extremely serious. We are doing this across the country to let the victims and the American citizens know that there is no community that we're not working in to protect our children.
During the FBI's 5-day Operation Restore Justice effort earlier this month, 205 alleged offenders were arrested across the country, including 2 from Kansas. They include 42-year-old Christopher Slattery of Manhattan, indicted on 1 count of sexual exploitation of a minor, possession of child pornography. The FBI says 39-year-old Christopher Davis of Wellington was also indicted on 4 counts of distribution and 1 count of possession of child pornography. A total of 115 children were rescued as part of the nationwide effort. The impact of federal cuts has been felt at Kansas State University this year following the loss of over $100 million in research funding, primarily from the U.S. Agency for International Development's Feed the Futures Lab. President Richard Linton was a guest yesterday on Within Reason with Mike Matson.
We're looking at these as opportunities to be able to be proactive and to be in front. There's going to be great opportunities. It's just our job to be able to identify how do we adapt and how do we be in front so that we can be winners as time continues.
The research has been a centerpiece for the university in helping improve global food systems, and Linton says some of the funding for USAID has already come back.
And we're encouraged that more funding might come back as we've been able to provide the importance of the argument of the importance of international agriculture and how important it is not only for feeding the world, but also for national and international defense.
The city of Manhattan on Monday promoted Brian Johnson to the position of Public Works Director. Johnson had previously been Assistant Director of Public Works for 11 years and also holds the title of City Engineer. He was hired in October 2008 as a Principal Civil Engineer. Johnson will supervise the Administrative Support Team, Engineering Division, Traffic Control Division, GIS, and Street, Fleet, and Stormwater Operations. Assistant City Manager Wyatt Thompson, who had held the Interim Director title since August, will take over as Assistant Public Works Director. Former Governor Jeff Collier's campaign for governor accelerated with appointment of a treasurer in advance of filing for the Republican Party's nomination in 2026. The 64-year-old served as Kansas chairman of last year's campaign by President Donald Trump. He's a former Johnson County member of the Kansas House and Senate who was lieutenant governor on the ticket with GOP Governor Sam Brownback. Upon Brownback's resignation to serve in the first Trump administration, Collier was sworn in as governor in 2018. Collier sought a full term as governor, but narrowly lost the 2018 primary to Republican Chris Kobach, who was defeated in the general election by Democratic Governor Laura Kelly. In terms of the 2026 race, Collier has yet to formally register as a candidate with the Secretary of State's office.
My cat Freddie loves to be brushed and cuddled. But stirring up his cat allergens meant sneezing and itchy eyes. Then I found Purina One Live Clear. It's cat food that reduced the major allergen and my suffering in as little as 21 days. Now, we feel closer than ever. If you have issues with cat allergens, you really need to try Purina One Live Clear.
Try new Purina One Live Clear today. Purina One, a difference from day one.
How does PwC take your company to the leading edge? They bring the sharpest minds in tech to your team, so you can bring the ideas that will transform your business. They're passionate about your industry, so you can walk into any room with every advantage. And they're with you every step of the way, so you can know you're headed in the right direction. PwC builds for what's next, so you can get there now. Get started at pwc.com/us/leading edge.
Good morning, I'm Troy Coverdale with your sports headlines. The Seattle Storm yesterday waived guard Serena Sundell. The team had selected the former Wildcat in the third round of the WNBA draft exactly 1 month ago with the 26th overall pick. The All-American led the nation with a career high and school record for total assists, while pacing the nation and Big 12 with a career high for assists per game. In pushing K-State to the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament, she now becomes a free agent to latch on with any WNBA team that would like her to. The K-State men's golf team began competing in its 10th postseason all-time yesterday, taking part in the Bremerton Regional in Oregon. The Cats opened strong, situating themselves in third place after shooting 1 under on day one, trailing Florida, who shot a 9 under, and Arizona State, who shot a 2 under. K-State's Cooper Schultz finds himself tied for the individual lead after the initial round, shooting 4 under through his first 18 holes. The top 5 teams from the tournament qualify for nationals. Bobby Witt Jr. and Jonathan India each drove in 2 runs in back of Michael Wacha as the Royals beat the Astros 7-5 last night. Michael Massey also homered as Kansas City improved to 8-2 in its last 10 games. Wacha gave up 2 runs on 8 hits over 6 1/3. Chris Bubich will go to the mound tonight for Kansas City. Left-hander Framber Valdez throws for the Astros in the 7-10 start. Coverage on News Radio KMAN gets underway at 6:30. And the Chiefs are set to take the national stage on Christmas for a 3rd straight season. It was announced last night that Kansas City will host the Broncos Christmas night. The news announced Monday means that the Chiefs will be hosting a Christmas game for the 2nd time in 3 seasons. Have a great day. I'm Troy Coverdale.